Hey everyone, some guy rank stuff here, and it's been a while. First of all, I have to say Happy New Year. I hope 2023 was great for you, and I hope the next year will be even better, if that's even possible for some of you maybe. But I still hope that your future is bright for everyone. So this time I want to do the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tracks. Now that 2023 is over and all the new DLC tracks and then I mean all 96 courses are out, I do want to rank them all. And this template is made by Polly001. Uh, so the thing is, I'm really into Mario Kart. Mario Kart 8 was my most played game on the Wii U. I think maybe until Super Mario Maker. Not sure if I played that game more, but Mario Kart 8 I played a whole lot, and with the hours spent on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it's definitely my most played Mario Kart of all time. My favorite Mario Kart game for a long while was Mario Kart 64. It's been my favorite. It's been like my primary Mario Kart game. Even though I played Super Mario Kart before that, I'm old enough to say that. Uh, 64 was my favorite. Double Dash, love that one. DS, love that one too. Mario Kart Wii, I did play a lot, both online and the single player mode. But nothing really topped Mario Kart 64, I think. Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U was great, and I thought maybe it was better, but it really lacked. Like all most games actually have been lacking a good, really good battle mode since Mario Kart 64. I know DS1 had a really good one as well, but I just can't fathom why Mario Kart or Nintendo have been neglecting the simple three balloon three balloon battle, where if you lose all three balloons, you're out. It's without a doubt the best battle mode. I'll talk about battle mode here because the battle courses are here as well. So we'll get to that that too. But I just had to say something uh, about Mario Kart games and my history with Mario Kart games. Uh, Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U only had regular tracks for the battle mode, which was stupid. And I think it only had like balloon battle, but with a timer, like Mario Kart Wii did, etc. I also have to say that the battle mode in Double Dash was pretty decent as well. Not meaning to overlook that one. But then more like battle arenas came to deluxe version, and it also introduced a really cool battle mode with the Renegade Roundup Renegade. I'm not sure which is the correct term, or like which way or which order. But it definitely made, and especially now with the 48 new courses, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is without a doubt, and I have to say that objectively as well, the best Mario Kart game in the whole series. And it has amazing tracks. Like the original tracks were so cool. I think a lot of them were great. It felt great to play. Many of the newer ones, many of them are good, and I'm happy to see at least a few of the new remakes. But I think the original, yeah, original 48 courses are the best. So that's probably a little spoiler there. But anyway, let's get to it. I noticed that this is not like the real order because you have like bone dry dunes and everything, or some other ones here behind the newest ones from DLC and the battle mode arenas. Maybe maybe actually it might be because I've been to this template before and just kind of messed around, so that might be it. But anyway, we'll start with Mario Kart Stadium. Decent track. I think it has a really cool vibe with the fireworks and everything. So it's a really fun track, but nothing too special. Pretty basic, but atmospherically a really good one. The water park is, I think, maybe around the same. This is the first cup, so it's not that weird. But I think Sweet Sweet Canyon, even though it came out at a time pretty close to Wreck-It Ralph, and I thought maybe this was like a copy of the course from there, but still a really good one. Phobia Ruins isn't too bad either. It has really weird music though. I think it sounds so weird, but I'm not gonna let that ruin anything. I think Mario Circuit is also a decent one. Toad Harbor, an even better one. Twisted Mansion, I actually enjoy quite a lot. So there will be a lot of things around the actual course itself, but like at least the original 48 tracks has a lot of really cool scenery as well. Twisted Mansion is definitely one of those. And like this one, just like another one I'll get to later here, uh, is actually one of my favorites just by how it starts. Because as Lakitu's light is counting down to the start of the race, the gates or like the doors of the mansion just open up and welcomes every racer, and I think that's awesome. When it comes to the anti-gravity, or not sure why it's even called anti-gravity, because you're actually pulled towards the track even though you're upside down. But when it comes to that feature and how the tracks are made, like driving upside down, like straight up walls and everything, the first really wow moment I had with this game when it came out in 2014 was with this track when it drove down the waterfall. I thought that was like a huge moment for me. I think it's a decent A. Sunshine Airport, I think also is an A. Dolphin Shoals is... The music is amazing. I mean, the saxophone is crazy here, but I'm not a big fan of the track itself. I think maybe it's the weakest one so far. Electrodrome is actually a really cool one. The visuals here are amazing. My brother probably hates me for this, but Mount Wario is an S track for me. Well, both my brothers probably hate me for this. But I think it's an amazing track. Mario Kart 7 is possibly it's not really, but one of my least favorite Mario Kart games. I didn't think it had a lot of great tracks, but one thing I did like that it introduced was not having to race the same circuit 3 times, but maybe have just like a rally course. You start from one point, and the goal line or finish line is somewhere else completely. So it's like 3 heats, I guess, instead of 3 laps. So Mount Wario did this as well, and I think it's amazing, a really amazing track. I just noticed that we have Bowser's Castle or Bone Dried Dunes up here, but it's also down here. So maybe it wasn't me after all, but probably something wrong with this template, I guess. Repeating courses. So Cloud Top Cruise is not one that I really... It's kind of cool. It has some part of the Super Mario Galaxy music from Gustic Art Galaxy, if that's the correct name. But the track itself, yeah. Bone Dry Dunes it's difficult. I think it's cool, but it's kind of... it's not completely amazing, I think. But Bowser's Castle, which is the other one I talked about with the opening gates at the start of the race, and man, that first tune of the sound, or the music, the soundtrack to this track here, of course, is really really cool, and I think the kind of chorus part as well is amazing. Love the music, love the visuals, like the huge Bowser golem punching the track. I think it's a really great Bowser's Castle. Rainbow Road, I think probably is one of my least favorite Rainbow Roads in the series. It's nothing too special, I think. Movie Meadows from Wii, it's a simple track, nothing more. Mario Circuit, it's decent enough, but nothing's too special. Cheap Cheap Beach is maybe the same. Yeah, Toad's Turnpike, simple structure, but with a lot of traffic. Still a cool track, I think. Dry Dry Desert is actually a really good one, I think. If I spend too much time talking about every track here, we'll be sitting here for quite a while, so I'll try to go a little faster here. Well, maybe not faster, but fast enough. Dawn Plains is what the thing that annoys me about this track is that it's really simple, but it only has two places with item boxes, which is really few, and I don't like that. Royal Raceway is one of my favorites, to be honest. Love the track, love the music. I do enjoy. There's just something about, even though Mario Kart goes like nuts with terrains and everything, I do often enjoy courses that has like asphalt and where you actually drive on a racetrack. This is one of those that feel grand. I just wish when they first remade this, I just wish you could also drive to Peach's Castle like in the original, which is a shame that you can't. This is one of the 3DS tracks I don't really like. I can't really explain it that well, but I'm not a huge fan. Wario Stadium, it's yeah, decent. I do wish they had remade Wario Stadium from Mario Kart 64, which apparently someone maybe noticed that it's actually the only track from the 64 game that hasn't been remade yet. So I was kind of thinking and hoping that they would remake it for the booster course pack, but apparently not. But this will have to do either way. Sherbet Land from GameCube. Um, it's decent as well, at least. Yeah, I think it's a decent one. Music Park is really cool visually, but kind of like DK Jungle. It's one of those Mario Kart 7 tracks that, you know, a lot of tracks from that game has like these S shapes. I felt like maybe it's not that many, but I kind of felt like that was kind of a norm for the 3DS tracks. So I didn't really enjoy it too much. It's actually the case for another one here, Neo Bowser City. I'll just take this one as well. Uh, it's a track that I really don't like, to be honest. Becomes kind of boring. Yoshi Valley is the remake is great, and the original one is actually my favorite track of all time in Mario Kart. I mean, this is just kind of what Mario Kart is all about. It's chaotic, it's a race, but like you have shortcuts, you have items. It's supposed to be kind of crazy, and when it's so crazy that in the N64 version, uh, well, both that one and this one, you can drive like in 100 different combinations because there are so many paths to take. But in the original one, the game couldn't even register who was in the lead or in which position everyone was in. Couldn't at least show you, uh, which tells you all about it. But the remake is also, I think, great, but it's not as difficult as the original one, which I kind of wish it was, because I kind of feel like I've found the best road to drive. I did have my favorites, like my favorite path in the original one as well, but it didn't like. It was kind of risky and rewarding if you've got to make it through, but uh, you can also mess it up. You know, you can choose a safe route, but in this one, there's not really much of a riskier or safer routes. There's just faster and slower, so to speak. TikTok Clock, I think, is an A tier. Piranha Plant Slide, not one of my favorites either. Grandma Volcano, I think, is a really cool track because it loses some of the ground as the volcano erupts, which I think is really cool. Rainbow Road is okay. I would have put it up here. I think I think they did a really cool thing. Since the original one is so long, they kind of had to fix it, especially if it would have rails all along the track, but it doesn't. And also, it has one huge lap instead of with three heats rather than kind of like Mount Wario, rather than laps, which I think was kind of cool, but it also made the track feel so much shorter. So I wish that maybe they could have made the track even longer, so it actually felt like a huge track with one lap, or maybe just reduce the number of laps to two instead of one. Um, no, instead of three, I mean, from the original. Because I think they did a real great job here, and the music remake here is also amazing. So Rainbow Road is fantastic, but they should have made it a little bit longer. It just became too short, I think. Yoshi Circuit, I love it. I absolutely love it. I love playing it in Double Dash. I love playing it here. Uh, it's a racetrack, like you have asphalt and everything, or pavement, or whatever you want to call it. And the thing is that even it's shaped like a Yoshi, which can be kind of annoying with the track, but I think it's so fun to master this track, like to actually get through it um, by drifting and like trying to take advantage of every turn, every curve. I think it's a really enjoyable one. Excite Bike Arena, it's decent, I think. Nothing too special, nothing um, too bad either. Dragon Driftway, decent track, at least. No, at least a C, I think. Nothing too special really here either. Yeah, I think it goes here. Mute City is a really cool one. I love that they brought in F-Zero tracks, especially since they haven't done anything with F-Zero for decades. Good track. Warriors Gold Mine, nothing too special. I do enjoy the music though, the third lap especially. But yeah. SNES Rainbow Road, nothing too special. Simple course, not much to say. Ice Ice Outposts, isn't too bad, but nothing too special. Hyrule Circuit, I think is a really good one. Nothing too much, like something. It basically goes up in A tier for it being a Zelda track, basically. It's fun. The scenery is beautiful. Having rupees instead of regular coins is a nice touch. Having a puzzle to create a shortcut is also great. The track itself is decent. Other than that, I think so. A tier. Baby Park, also actually, it's shorter than Excite Bike Arena, which I kind of enjoy, because this is at least, yeah, A tier. I see that I should zoom out a little bit. Let's see here. Kind of like Yoshi Valley, this is, something Mario Kart is all about. Chaotic things, and things can get really chaotic on this track. I do wish, I think I remember the original Double Dash track having no rails, or like a fence in the middle of the track, which made it even more chaotic, and I think that could have been more fun. At least that's my opinion. Cheeseland, really difficult track, I think, especially for 200cc. Many of these are, but this one especially I had a hard time with, but I think it's an enjoyable track either way. A tier. Wildwoods, actually a really cool one. Animal Crossing, simple, nothing too special as a track, by the way. But the different seasons is kind of cool, and just like, well, it's more noticeable with the rupees, but it's a different coin, which is kind of cool. River Road, I think, I don't really remember the track from Super Circuit, but this one I think is a really good one. Super Bell Subway, yeah, I think it's a B tier, challenging, can be annoying, but still a good one. Big Blue, the same as Mute City, it's one of those point A to point B tracks, and I think that's all of the 48 original ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have like 12 on each row. 16, 22. Yep. 48 tracks. So I never really played that much Mario Kart Tour. I think I don't think it was really that much fun, to be honest. So um, I have gotten to get to know these tracks through the booster course pack, but I haven't really played them that much, so I might have less to say about these ones. Some of these I also remember from earlier games, of course, but maybe I haven't played them all that much to really feel like I justify my opinions, but I'll try. So these real cities is actually interesting in the way that the I should say like the course pattern changes. So you can like drive the other way on the same track as the people behind you, just in the opposite direction. You can for lap number 2, you have to take a right turn instead of a left turn in certain ways or certain at certain times. But I think it's a fun addition to have. It's chaotic, but I've noticed that a lot of my like my brothers, my friends, often um, they can't see the arrows pointing them the right way, so they drive the wrong way and get pissed off and everything. Um, and I do have a hard time really distinguishing these cities from one another. Like other than the scenery, I don't remember much about the tracks themselves, but I'll try. So Paris, I think is. I've played this one the most though, so yeah, I think it's a decent one. Toll Circuit is a really simple track. Um, yeah, I think it's like too simple for me, to be honest. Choco Mountain, I think, was actually a really cool track. Having like a longer tunnel was a cool move. Adding a ladder to. Oh, sorry, just silly thing. Coconut Mall is, I think, is a really good track. Yeah, I think it's an 8 here. It's really cool that Nintendo listened and made cars move. I didn't really know that caused much of a controversy, but people got their way, and I did enjoy that Nintendo made changes. I just hope, like, that made me hopeful about them actually adding the number of courses you can choose to race in a versus race from 48 and beyond, because I would really love to race all 96 tracks as one cup. Tokyo Blur wasn't too bad either. I think it's decent one. Shroom Ridge is actually an S tier for me. And like just like Yoshi's Circuit, I mean, because the drifting changed in Mario Kart Wii, maybe. At least it did from Double Dash and the DS to Wii. I think I used the wheel mostly for Mario Kart Wii, and then the I think the drifting there was automatic. At least I used the automatic drifting there, but you used to be able to charge up your boosts in drifting by jiggling your joystick from left to right, which I thought was cool because you can actually control everything yourself instead of just drifting one way, and then if you do it long enough, you get a boost. Which I kind of felt like the Mario Kart 7 tracks did with the S shapes on the track. Because that's my problem with it, because the drifting became a lot more boring, I think. You couldn't control it yourself. Maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe people exploited it too well. Not sure. But that made the tracks a little bit lamer as well, because you could just do the bend and you get a nice drift. But in tracks like Yoshi Circuit and Shroom Ridge, there aren't those kinds of turns or curves. You have to control it yourself, and I still think it works for a game like Mario Kart 8, where you don't control your drift as much as in DS or Double Dash. But I still think these courses work and are really fun to drive at. great. I was happy to see Shroom Ridge, and it worked really well still. Sky Garden, I think, is a decent one. Ninja Hideaway, I actually don't like at all. I think it's an annoying track. Um, it's just I don't I didn't like the roof parts. Didn't like the I didn't like it that much, to be honest. I think it's kind of a crappy course, to be honest. New York Minute is also a decent one. I don't think, I'm not sure if any of these will get higher. We'll see. Decent track as well. I think it's like it's a racetrack, but it's simple. It's yeah, okay. Maybe it's, let's see. Calamari Desert. It changes quite a bit. You race on the actual rails on the railway, which is kind of cool. They did spice it up a little bit. The N64 version wasn't that great. Was it 7 or DS that had this one remade? Don't remember, but I think I enjoyed more. Waluigi Pinball is a huge favorite for many, I know. I think it's an A tier, not an S tier, to be honest. Sydney Sprint probably has the best music among the real cities. I really enjoy this one. Yeah, I think actually I'd put it an A for that. Snowland is decent. Mushroom Gorge I don't like. The bouncy mushrooms, I mean, it's chaotic. It's kind of fun. I did like it somewhat back in the day, but I'm not too happy with it now. The Sky High Sunday is actually a lame one, to be honest. Didn't enjoy this one, to be honest. London Loop is, well, I like England, I like London, but does it still deserve to be an A tier? It's my list, who cares? Boo Lake is simple but good. Rock Mountain, wasn't really too fond of this one in this Mario Kart 7 either. Maple Treeway I do enjoy a lot. The music is great, the scenery is great. Berlin Byways is at least decent here. Peach Gardens, they changed it quite a bit, but I still think it's a great track. Berry Mountain, yeah, nothing too special. Maybe a little bit better than the lower ones. The 3DS Rainbow Road, which is one of those courses, it's not like from point A to point B like Big Blue or Mount Wario, but one huge lap split into 3 parts. And I think it's one of the best Rainbow Roads in series actually. Even though it's from Mario Kart 7, I really enjoy this one. So Amsterdam Drift, I don't remember much of this one. Riverside Park, it's decent, I think. DK Summit, yeah, I think it's a B tier as well. Yoshi's Island, I actually did enjoy this one quite a bit. Fun surprise for a new track, and the music sounds great, and I think it's a fun track here. Bangkok Rush, yeah. Mario Circuit, this isn't too bad actually. I think it's an A tier. Fun. I think it's fun to have, yeah, as mentioned before, like a real racetrack, but through the woods, along sand, around the castle. I think it's a good one. Waluigi Stadium, I think it's at least an A tier. Singapore, oh yeah, it's actually really cool with the scenery and everything. Is it better? No, I don't think so. Sorry for being a tease there. Athens, yeah, B tier as well. Daisy Cruiser, there's nothing too special. Neither with Moonview Highway, I think. I mean, if I put Toad's Turnpike here, Moonview Highway isn't higher. Squeaky Clean Sprint was a strange one. Fun thing, but like driving around in the bathroom isn't really what I'm looking for in a Mario Kart game. Yeah, Los Angeles. I'm kind of being unfair, I think, to some of these, but they are mostly good tracks, but I just can't tell them that much apart, like as tracks. But they are really cool. Like these are actual tour tracks. So I think they're cool. I think they're fun, but nothing worse than B tier in particular. Sunset Wilds is decent. It's kind of annoying with the slippery parts, but I think it adds to the track. But still, it's kind of annoying. Koopa Cape is It used to be one of my favorites from Wii, like Rumble Volcano, but I think it's only an A tier, not an S tier this time around. Vancouver Velocity, I love that they actually use the Olympics symbol here. It's yeah, the 2010 Winter Olympics is one that I actually watched a lot. Uh, Having relatives in Canada and having been there 4 times in my life, I think it was really cool to see the Winter Olympics being hosted in Canada. And I was watching Norway, of course. Petter Northug won a lot for Norway and skis there, and of course I was really cheering for Canada in the hockey championship or tournament, which they won, which against the United States of America, and I really enjoyed that. Rome goes there. DK Mountain is, yeah, I think it's an A tier. DC Circuit, nothing too special. C. This one I actually did enjoy. It's brand new one with different patterns. I think it was an enjoyable one. I'll put Madrid Drive here, but Rosalina's Ice World I'm not really that fond of. They really did something cool with Bowser's Castle 3, I think. Like the visuals is a huge upgrade. Just because of that, yeah, I'll do it. Who cares? There's not many people watching this either way, so. Then we have the last one, Rainbow Road from Wii, and I think it's at least an A tier for that. So those are my race tracks. I still have these battle courses. This one is kind of cool, but it has it's kind of big with different sections. It's not easy to just go from one corner to the other without having to drive a certain way. So it's one of the weaker ones. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Sweet Kingdom, that's a good one, I think, when it comes to battle arenas. Dragon Palace as well. Lunar Colony I didn't like. It's I just don't. It's a cool idea to have it on like a moon, kind of like a sphere, and that's what ultimately destroys the fun part of it, because at least I can't see much of what is happening in front of me because it's hidden like behind the curve of the sphere. So I think it's the most annoying battle arena. Woohoo Town is great, maybe the best one. Luigi's Mansion is a decent one. Battle Course 1, also a decent one. And Urchin Underpass, I think, is actually an S tier battle arena. So this is how I would rank the 96 courses plus battle arenas for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I just want to round off here by saying that I really want Nintendo to add the option to play all 96 courses in Versus Race. I am really disappointed that they haven't added the option, especially when they've actually changed the courses a little bit with like updates later and even added more characters and not just courses. I'm really disappointed to see that they haven't added the option to choose more than 48 courses. So I hope they do that, and remember, I always struggle saying that word. I hate it. Remember, this I'm neither right or wrong. This is just one guy's opinion. I'm just some guy who ranks stuff. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. And of course, have a happy 2024.